Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So let's get straight to it.
This is the prison of the future where criminals would serve their entire sentence in less than 2 minutes. It's called Cognify, and it's meant to revolutionize the criminal justice system by using a device to synthetically implant AI-generated memories into the prisoner's brain. You see, the current prison system has a major problem. Many studies have shown that chucking a criminal into a cell does not reduce the likelihood of that person re-offending. So realistically, the only way that we're currently reducing crime is by keeping these people off the streets. Problem is, taxpayers are paying up to $3 million for just one prisoner's life sentence. That's why scientist Hashim Al-Ghaili came up with Cognify, because one day prisoners could choose to fast-track their rehabilitation. Firstly, the implant would target specific parts of the brain responsible for reasoning, memory, and logical thinking. The intensity and type of memories can then be adjusted depending on the crime. For example, violent offenders could relive their crime from their victim's perspective, feeling all of the pain, suffering, and trauma as if it was real and it was done to them. They could also experience certain memories designed to trigger empathy, remorse, and regret, which is a crucial part of rehabilitation. Inside the criminal's mind, time would also pass differently. 60 seconds in the real world could feel like 20 years for them. Hashim argues that by replacing long prison sentences with brief, intensive rehabilitation with Cognify, not only would you avoid the high cost of housing millions of inmates, but by actually rehabilitating offenders effectively, they could be reintegrated back into society sooner and contribute to the workforce. So the question is, do you think that this is a good idea, or is the current prison system better?
Yeah, I was getting real Black Mirror, Clockwork Orange, Suicide Squad vibes from that. Cognify. Gotta look more into this company, what they got going on. I feel like it's the same company that's trying to make the head implants.
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real. The Cognify concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. First, the prisoner is given a choice, either spending tens of years in a prison cell or seeking fast-track rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation. If the prisoner chooses to undergo fast-track rehabilitation, the Cognify device is used. Next, the prisoner undergoes high-resolution brain scanning to create a detailed map of their neural pathways. This brain map helps guide the Cognify device to target specific brain regions responsible for memory, reasoning, and logical thinking, such as the hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, amygdala, parietal lobe, and anterior cingulate cortex. Once the target brain regions are identified, Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth of artificial memories in just a few minutes. Synthetic memories are customized depending on the crime committed and the unique brain structure and psychological profile of the individual. Violent offenders could experience memories that are designed to trigger empathy and remorse, seeing their crime from the perspective of their victim, feeling their pain and suffering firsthand. Some memories are designed to trigger consequences and trauma. Such memories could simulate the long-term consequences of violent actions, such as the grief of the victim's family or the physical and emotional trauma endured by the victim. Artificial memories could cover a wide range of crimes, including domestic violence, hate crimes and discrimination, embezzlement, insider trading, theft and fraud. Cognify emotion regulation system could modulate neurotransmitters and hormones to induce specific emotional states, such as remorse or regret, which is crucial for rehabilitation. Real-time monitoring and feedback mechanisms could track the prisoner's neural responses throughout the process, allowing the system to adapt and optimize the rehabilitation in real time with new visuals, sensation, and realistic AI-generated content. To ensure the long-term effect of the therapy session, the memories could become permanent, fully integrated into the subject's mind, as if they were part of their own personal experiences. While subjects are undergoing therapy session, valuable data are collected from all the prisoners into a central computer for scientific research, which will help understand the criminal mind and determine the best approach to tackle crimes in society. AI-driven analytics could enhance the device's functionality, optimizing future procedures based on gathered data and insights. Cognify could feature encrypted storage for sensitive prisoner information and rehabilitation data. A compact and portable design would allow Cognify to be used anywhere in the world. It would be constructed with durable materials to withstand frequent use. Its energy-efficient design would ensure long operational life, reducing the need for frequent recharges. It would have the ability to integrate seamlessly with other prison systems, like security cameras and biometric identification. Once the therapy session is concluded, family members of the subject could be provided with a comprehensive report on the new artificial memories that have been implanted, offering them a chance to adjust to the subject's new, positive personality traits. The subject is then released back into society to start a new life away from crimes. The Cognify concept could revolutionize the criminal justice system by significantly reducing the need for long-term incarceration and its associated costs. Traditional prisons require substantial budgets for construction, maintenance, staffing, and prisoner care, including food, healthcare, and rehabilitation programs. By replacing extended prison sentences with brief, intensive rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation, the costs of maintaining prison facilities and supporting inmates could be drastically lowered. The funds saved from reduced incarceration and recidivism rates could be reallocated to other critical areas. These might include education, healthcare, infrastructure development, social welfare programs, or research and development initiatives that benefit society as a whole. By rehabilitating offenders more quickly, Cognify could enable them to reintegrate into society sooner and contribute to the workforce. This increased productivity could boost the economy and generate tax revenue, further offsetting the initial investment in such technology. Successful rehabilitation through Cognify could lead to safer communities, reduced crime rates, and improved social well-being. This could have far-reaching positive impacts on individuals, families, and society as a whole, contributing to a more stable and prosperous future. Apart from treating criminals, Cognify could also be used to treat severe memory loss by helping patients recall their past memories. It could also treat patients with PTSD by implanting positive memories that replace the negative ones.
There's just so much to unpack with Cognify right now. We all know the crazy side of it, but when it comes to brain injuries and things like that, it looks like a good thing. There's a lot to research when it comes to this.
I think we should start taking AI real serious before it's too late. Did you hear about the AI prison they have for us? This is getting scary. Scientists unveil implant for prisoners to show them memories from their victims' perspective. Prisoners will also be able to see what their victims see. This is over with. But this story goes a little deeper because they can actually wipe out your memory, send you back out there in society, and you won't have no clue of what just happened. I'm trying to figure out how the hell do you take someone's memories? Scientists presents the first future of AI prisons designed for prisoners to understand their crimes. Really? This story is kind of demonic because they can put prisoners in prison for 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes will feel like 5,000 years. They are destroying the mind. I used to watch Black Mirror a lot. And when I heard about this AI future prison, I thought about the episode called White Christmas. In this episode, they was doing the same thing this AI future prison is trying to do right now. They will take your mind, put it in prison for 5 minutes, but it feel like thousands of years. Is TV manifesting? This AI technology is not new. What if I told you this AI technology already erased all of our minds? Let me ask you a few questions. What is the spirit? What is God? What is the universe? Why are we here? What happens after we die? We have all these questions but no answers. The reason why we don't have no answers is because AI already wiped out all of our memories. This technology is nothing new. They already wiped out all of our memories. That's why when you have a spiritual awakening, you start to remember everything.
Another major cyber attack in the United States. CDK has been hit by a cyber attack, shutting down auto dealerships across the United States. More than 50% of the auto dealers in the United States have been hit by this. Now, we believe it's a ransomware attack. Not sure of that, but that's what we're hearing. CDK, it's a company that deals with auto dealerships. Well, what exactly do they do? They pretty much do everything when it comes to the computers, the tracking, the auto repair, the records for everyone's vehicles, the records of when it comes to tracking the vehicles, anything you can imagine with a computer system with the dealerships. That's what CDK does. And now they have been hacked. It's a major issue. This just coming about a month after Ascension Hospital Group, they were hit as a cyber attack, and they are still dealing with that. So yet again, it's happened again in the United States. You need to follow me because I'm giving you these stories that you're necessarily not seeing on your nightly news.
Shout outs to Dave Bondi. This is getting crazy. I wonder if they're able to get any of that information back. Is it deleted? Like, what's going on? 50% of the dealerships? I've even heard some dealerships going back to using paper. This might have set things back a bit. I think the last time they was using paper was like in the 70s.
So a cyber attack has made it possibly much more difficult for you to buy that car. Hackers have broken into what's called the dealer management system run by a company called CDK Global. Essentially, the hackers broke in and they are demanding a ransom said to be in the tens of millions of dollars for this company to get their systems back online. So what does this system do? Well, it helps all the car dealers basically do transactions with customers. So right now they're having to use pen and paper instead of a computer system in some instances. This affects the banking transactions that they use to help you buy that new car, the systems that they use to sort of organize everything in their workflow. So this is a major problem. Now, they said they're working on restoring the system, but that could take several days. And also they told another outlet, Bloomberg, that the hackers are demanding tens of millions of dollars, which CDK Global reportedly is planning to pay to get their systems back online. CDK told our CBS Money Watch that they're providing customers with alternative ways to conduct business, but obviously this puts a huge crimp in operations. And of course, in 2023, more than 2,200 entities reported ransomware cyber attacks. So this is a major problem across the economy and now for car dealerships.
Shout outs to CBS News. She said it right there. They went back to using paper and trying to use alternative methods for payment. Probably using Apple Pay, Cash App, Venmo. They're trying to get that money. They got to pay the money. They don't have a choice.
Oh my God, have y'all seen the news about the cyber attacks happening at the car dealership? Somebody's hacked their system. The hackers shut down all of their systems. It's about 15,000 dealerships that are affected. This is crazy. Here's my thing. Why the car dealership? And why their system? And I'm over here shitting bricks. Because my husband works in the car industry. Apparently this has never happened before in history, ever. Like, what is going on in the world? And they are asking for $18 million to turn the system back on. $18 million. Like, this reminds me of that Netflix movie I watched the other day, the Ashley Madison. And that documentary was a waste of time, by the way, but it reminds me literally of this. Because my husband works in the car industry, he's literally telling me, he's like, everyone is at work. No one can use their systems. Nobody can use the computers. They're literally doing deals on paper, but they can't really sell a car because the entire system is used for everything. The system they use is CDK, and this system basically is the motherboard. So where you put all your information, where you fill out your application, your credit, your personal information. Basically, every single thing you do, this system stores and uses when you are going into the dealership and buying a car. Just think about that. Like, as a customer, your personal information is literally at risk. And all of this just happened today. And I'm shitting bricks. But I know we're good. Obviously, there's more dealerships that use other systems, but CDK is one of the biggest systems that majority of car dealerships use. So if you are trying to buy a car, or if you need a car, or if you're in an emergency to find a car, you are going to run into this issue where a lot of the dealerships, at least in North America, are having issues with their system, and no one knows when this is going to turn back on, because whoever hacked the system is wanting their money now, right now. This means that people cannot get a car. This is bad for people that sell cars. This will affect you even if you are not a car salesman. My husband is a finance director, but it affects everybody across the board because you have to sell cars. Like, everyone works in different areas, but you can't sell cars without the system at all. Like, the fact that this is happening in the car industry is crazy to me, you guys. Like, the car industry's hacked, that means everything is off the table. They hacking everything. So if you need a car this week, baby, I don't know if you're getting it. You don't need a car this week. You're not getting the car. Because the ransom folks need their money. And if the dealership loses out on $18 million, I don't know how that's going to affect the prices of cars. It's crazy.
Shout outs to So Angie 7. It's crazy. As you see, it impacted her household. The whole industry is shot right now. They got a flat tire. They need to fix it. $18 million. You know they got it. But yeah, I think it exposed how this industry works. CDK. Interesting.
I have a strong feeling CDK is down. What is CDK down or something? Yes.
Ain't no cars in the garage being fixed. That's crazy. Might as well get the day off. If you can't fix nothing, well, they want to get that paper, run that clock. I get it. But bro, this is very interesting and creepy at the same time. From households to garages. Could you imagine going to work, your boss telling you to sell a car, the computer don't work and you gotta use pen and paper. You do all that work, you get to the phone and you call who you gotta call, but you realize that the CDK is down. Bro. Shout out to all my people in the car industry. We hope it gets better.
Yo, what in the world? Nowhere near enough people are talking about this. So literally for months now, videos just like this have been popping up with fruits that seem like they're plastic or really stringy and really weird meat. Like fruits that you cannot even break. If an avocado is a fruit, that is. My question is, why has the news not addressed this? This seems very concerning to me. I mean, literally, over the last few months, I've gotten about an hour's worth of footage just like this, with really, really stringy chicken that breaks apart when you touch it, meat that breaks apart when you touch it, or vegetables or fruits that literally will just sit there and bend. A lot's coming from Texas, but it is literally all over the United States. I don't know about y'all, but something does not feel right about this, or eating that. So again, why has the news not commented on the food? Like, watch the way this banana bends. Do we literally need to perform a bend test before we eat something? I can tell you right now, I'm gonna be doing a bend test. This is crazy, y'all. Like, 2024. Welcome.
Shout out to Inspired by the King. Thank you for talking about this. I agree. We do need to do a bend test. I've never seen watermelon bend, period. Nor a banana, for real. I don't know what was up with that chicken. We've all seen that avocado. I think we all agree that it's weird. Let me know in the comments down below if you encountered strange fruit.
After a massive manhunt, the missing hiker has been found alive after 10 days. And how he survived is crazy. 34-year-old Lucas only planned an afternoon hike in California's oldest state park. So he set out with very few supplies and not even a t-shirt, expecting to return home in a few hours. However, he soon became disorientated as recent wildfires had destroyed familiar landmarks. And since Lucas didn't tell anyone where he was going, the alarm was only raised after he missed Father's Day lunch 5 days after he set out. This sparked a massive manhunt involving nearly 300 people in multiple agencies. While they searched, Lucas wandered the forest, slept on wet leaves, foraged for berries, and drank water he collected from his boots. Without a t-shirt or any supplies to start a fire, he developed hypothermia. He was stalked by a mountain lion, and things got really bad when he got injured after slipping on a wet rock face. Lucas lost over 30 pounds and spent the last 48 hours just lying there screaming for help. On day 10, a drone and a sniffer dog finally found him, and at last he was reunited with his family waiting for him on the forest's edge.
Wow, I'm happy he was found alive. 30 pounds in 10 days. Slipping on rocks and being hunted by wild animals. Sound like an episode of Naked and awesome story. I'm happy that they seen the dog and went and rescued it. Now that's the definition of the right place at the right time. The doggy got rescued and was able to go back home.
There's this woman, and anytime she's around, everyone drops everything they're doing to go up to her and treat her like I have never seen someone get treated before, and I'm talking about by A-list celebrities. She was recently spotted with Rihanna at the gala. I believe this was in Paris. And she's in the middle of the spotlight. Everyone's around her and they're just guiding her. Shortly after this, she was backstage with A$AP Rocky, and she has a lot of pictures with A$AP Rocky, and they're even getting up close and personal in some of them. Now, what do Rihanna and A$AP Rocky have in common? Yes, obviously they're married, but they have both shown really dark symbolism. They're both A-list celebrities extremely high up in the music industry, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, kind of the same thing. They were used to be together. Kanye West, extremely high in the industry. Kim Kardashian, one of the most popular people in the world. And they've both been seen with her multiple different times. It doesn't really make sense. The list goes on. We have Migos, multiple different pictures with all of the members from Migos, and a lot of them just individually with pictures of her. And then we have Usher next, another high A-list celebrity, multiple different pictures, multiple different videos of him just being attentive, listening to her, looking like the happiest man alive. Who is this woman? Michelle Lamy. She goes as the Gothic priestess, or more so the high priestess of Paris. And if you search her up on Google, you get that she is a French culture and fashion designer. She has been a clothing designer, performer, film producer, and restaurateur. She's also the co-founding partner of Owens Corp and functions as the executive manager for Art and Furniture. She is 80 years old and she is married to Rick Owens. Now, I think this is a very key factor because Rick Owens, one of the biggest fashion designers in the world, he's known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion industry. And if you have seen any of his shows, this nickname, it just makes perfect sense. He's also 18 years younger than her. I've heard things that they're not together for the purpose of sexual connections, which, whatever, each to your own. But first of all, you got to see this picture of Michelle Lamy wearing Rick Owens' head. Now, if this doesn't tell you enough of what's going on, I don't know what else to say. But really, what the heck is it with this couple, especially her, Michelle, that these celebrities treat her so highly? Now, I get that fashion is a major thing in the music industry and that these rappers and artists and singers spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their outfits, and it's their persona. It's what they look like. So I understand that. But you can't tell me that is the main reason. There's gotta be something else. So I continued to look into her, And one thing I noticed is that she has many pictures of her and Marina Abramovich. This is what really got me suspicious. They have a lot of interviews together and they seem very close. And I was scrolling her Instagram, Michelle Lamies, and she has a picture of literally just Marina Abramovich and nothing else. So they're definitely close. And also her Instagram there's a lot of weird stuff on it, and I'm not going to show it on here. You can check on your own, but super weird. Back to Marina Abramovich. When you look her up, it says that she is a Serbian conceptual artist. Her work explores body art, endurance art, the relationship between the performer and audience, the limits of the body, and the possibilities of the mind. Now, that's a very nice way of saying spirit cooking, and that's what many people know her for. That's what I know her for. She has full instructions online of spirit cooking, and just a warning, if you look it up, it's really disturbing. Rhythm Zero. It was a 6-hour endurance art performed by Marina Abramovich in 1974, and she would stand still for 6 hours, and she would have 72 objects, and they ranged from a rose, a feather, perfume, honey, bread, grapes, wine, scissors, a scalpel, nails, a metal bar, a gun, and a bullet. And she would just sit there, and she was going to see how far the public would go. What are these people going to do to her? And they could use any of those objects, the 72, from food to literally weapons, and they can do anything to her, and she wouldn't move. And you can look it up. It's wild, but this is an example of what she's into. Example, I mentioned it many times, so I won't go deep into it, but Lady Gaga went to her for teachings, and you can watch the full video online if you look it up. Just really weird practices, rituals, and it makes you wonder, what are these people coming up to her for? Because she gets the same treatment as Michelle Lamy. She gets treated like royalty. You have pictures of her, Jay-Z, another one with Kim Kardashian. I mean, we don't have to go through the whole list again, but it just makes you wonder. We know now that she's extremely close with Michelle Lamy. She's known as the Priestess of Paris. She's married to the Lord of Darkness. It almost feels like there has to be something sinister going on. Are these musical artists coming to her for special practices, like maybe behind the scenes teachings like Lady Gaga did with Marina? I personally don't know, but I refuse to believe that it's just a sign of respect for their art and their fashion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
NASA just stated, new study finds potential alien megastructures known as Dyson spheres. Now, if you're new to this is something that NASA released a couple of days ago, saying that in 7 stars, they can potentially locate an alien structure that harnesses energy called a Dyson sphere. Now, this is incredibly interesting because if you are spiritual or religious, this is what Oriphims look like. You cannot tell me this is almost identical. An Orifim is one of the highest, if not the highest ranking angel there is. And what angels essentially are, if you look at the word angel, it's actually angle. They're angles of light. We are light beings. God said, let there be light, the speed of light. Light is a powerful source in physics and in spirituality. We see things through our eyes, which take in light. We see invisible light. So our reality, our holographic reality, is made up of light. Now, what is so interesting about this is I feel like now that more and more people are being spiritually awakened, they are now opening up to the conversation about the potential of angels. And you're probably asking me, aren't angels supposed to be like these supernatural beings? Actually, no. Technology and organic life are tied in together. Because we all come from the main source, you can call it God, the universe, but we all come from one source. Everything is just a mirror of one another. What you think is technology and separate from you, it actually isn't. It also has a divine spark. I've talked about this before in my videos about angels. Angels do have a potential to be a technology. Think about it. Through the scientific study of holographic universe, saying that everything here is actually holographic, it's not actually solid, light. Who's to say an alien civilization millions and millions of years ago didn't just create these super advanced, powerful systems that cast light onto us to project a holographic reality? Archangels, archangle of light, angles of light, perceive. This is why angels are drawn with so many eyes. They perceive. They also help you perceive. Now, there is a reason why I say angels could potentially be technology. If you read the article that NASA released, They say that 7 planets could potentially have these Dyson spheres. And now look, this is a real pagan teaching. The seal of 7 archangels. Now the 7 archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, blah, blah, blah. But in my opinion, I believe that there are 7 real archangels that were created by the divine and 7 false archangels that project a holographic matrix onto us, created by what you would call the elite, or the alien overlords, or the fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, just the powers that be. I believe the ones that they are exposing to us right now, those are the alien-made technologies that are false, meaning non-organic archangels. If you are unfamiliar with the matrix theory and how we may be living in a false reality and there is a true base reality above or below us, you can learn more about this in my book, Made in God's Image. The link to my book is in my bio. Truth is oftentimes stranger than fiction, and I wonder why NASA is releasing this all of a sudden when they could have said this years ago.
I told y'all was something wrong with the ocean.
In the Florida Keys. Since our story on Thursday, we've received a steady stream of video showing the scale of the unusual event that is now being seen beyond the lower Keys.
And state lawmakers now allocating $2 million in the state budget to study that event. Our update tonight is this week's Don't Trash Our Treasure.
A marine mystery in the lower Keys that continues to baffle. Sawfish. Shark. Oh, what the hell? And break hearts.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
According to FWC, since December, at least 21 critically endangered small-tooth sawfish have been reported dead. Separately, more than a dozen species of fish have been seen spinning and acting erratically.
Now, we don't know if these two events are related, but we have investigations and lines of inquiry going on right now.
And officials, not the only ones investigating.
Well, back in February of last year, I noticed that 10 fish started behaving odd, like they were playing dead, and some of them were spinning.
For Greg Furstenworth, the lower Keys are more than just a vacation destination. This is home. That's why after he saw that first pinfish, he pressed record and hasn't put down the camera since.
Oh, no. And then come around November, I started seeing the behavior start doing that again.
So we're in the waters between Little Torch Key and Big Pine Key. Most of the activity has been documented in these inland waters. Scientists say so far it doesn't appear to be a low oxygen event. And the necropsies coming back don't show any signs of pathogens or bacteria.
At first I was scared, and now I'm just curious what the environment's going to turn into.
If y'all been keeping up with my page recently, y'all know that I've been talking about the ocean, and I'm telling y'all some shit going on, yo. And I even think on land, like, people been complaining how they haven't been feeling good. Even myself, like, it's crazy. Wake up!
Shout outs to Nizzy, yo. Now that was crazy. I never seen a fish do that. Like the fish was glitching out. I didn't know fish could be NPCs. When they say scientists don't know why, I think they do.
That is so psycho. It's really deep down there. E-Perv is in a hut underwater. I think I know where it is. Danny's explained it to me. Good into the air under there, but maybe not. I'm going to go under now and try and get the E-Perv. No shark. You got it? It's full of water. What was the other thing you wanted? The flares. Under it? Nowhere, all water. There's flares in the middle front zone. I'm gonna try and get them now. No shark, cut there.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell.
Just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.